How's it going, everyone? So this is going to be a little bit of a different video, and I'm sure you're wondering why it looks so weird. My garage door is actually closed, and it's the end of the day. I want to discuss a purchase that I've made that I think is worthwhile, and I'm not getting paid for it. I paid for everything in my own money. This is literally just something that I was very impressed with, and I want to share my view because it is something I use, especially during the winter time. In fact, the only time is in the winter time, honestly, and that's this jacket. This is a DeWalt heatwear jacket, and to be honest, it's really nice. I'm going to go over a couple things. What I like about it, what I don't like about it, which could be what I don't like / what I would change about it, and then general things that I would just want to change that doesn't really make it bad, and battery usage, and a couple tips, and my general impression. I'm pretty sure you know what that is at the end, but stay tuned and you'll be able to see what I think about it. First things first, I got the black one. It's a pretty nice jacket. It has a very heavy-duty exterior. I think that comes in two different colors, black and like a brown. Yeah, it's not that bad. This is a double X, so I am 275 pounds, 6'4", and my arms usually have the problem of being too long for most jackets, so I end up having to go up a size. This one is that way as well, so if you are usually an extra large, I'm teeter-totter, it depends on the brand. Usually it's usually it's an extra large. Like this shirt is an extra large, and it's just fine. But stuff like jackets, I usually go up a size because of that reason. This one's the same. So if you're roughly my size, then do that. Now, consequently, I am a size 36 waist, and when I zip this up, there really isn't a whole lot of belly room. So if you're a larger dude or dudette, this is unisex, by the way, then you would want to get something a little bit larger than even maybe the next size, maybe even 2 sizes up. That's really up to you, though. But, you know, if you would have to have a fairly large gut, just saying. Anyway, so the inside is kind of like a flannel material. It's pretty soft, pretty warm. It does have a pocket for the battery. It has 2 large pockets on the side that are non-zipped. Oh, I forgot about that. And also has one pocket right here which is zipped, and it's fairly large. So you can easily keep, like for reference, I don't know what size of pixel this is, but it's a pretty large phone. And it can easily fit in there, no problem. That's usually where I keep my phone, and it makes it easier for me to feel it because I have like that phantom phone syndrome apparently. Anyway, so pretty decent, and I like the fact that it's zipped, because if you ever bend down and you feel like you're gonna have something fall, especially delicate stuff like your phone, that zip pocket's pretty nice. Only problem I feel about that is, I'll get to it at the end, but there's kind of a balance issue I'm feeling here. Inside of the sleeve, it does have kind of like that little stretchy material you'll find on sweaters, so that's nice. It kind of keeps it a little more insulated. The outside is separate from that. Well, it's attached, but the outside of the heavy-duty material is not pressing up against your skin. It's a softer material that is, which is nice. Heavy-duty materials not as comfortable when it's rubbing against your skin the entire day. And heavy-duty zipper, I have no thoughts it's going to fall apart. It is fairly easy to use. It's not one of those that has like the double zipper nonsense on there where you're trying to figure out which one to go. No, simple everyday zipper, pretty high quality. I like it. Back, pretty standard. So that is the basic of this jacket. Now, what don't I like about it? This is insanely hard to keep clean. If you have any type of sawdust or dirt, if you have a dog, you'll understand what I mean by that, especially for sawdust and dirt. And they jump up, or you just get it on yourself. It is not the easiest thing to clean. But it's not impossible, just a whole lot of this and it will come off. But if it's like mud, then you probably have to wash it. Having said that, it is a work jacket, so if you don't care, then that's fine. But if you do want to keep it relatively clean, just know you're going to be a little bit more mindful around stuff like that, or you're going to be constantly the entire time. Not the world's ending thing. If you don't work in a dusty or dirty environment, if you're just in your garage working on a project on a table or stuff like that, you're probably going to be okay. Next, what I don't like about it, that whole balance issue. This is the pocket I put my phone in. This is also the side that has the battery. So this side is super heavy compared to this side, which if I don't have anything in my pocket, is just empty. There's no weight on it at all. I'd much rather have this pocket on this side if the battery's going to be over here. Now, there is an inner pocket right here that potentially could hold another battery, and the little wire, it doesn't, well, comes through here, and you potentially could go around, but it's going to be really tight and I don't really like it, so I didn't do that. Now you can also put your battery up in here. I also don't like that because just not my forte. The inner pocket though is pretty nice. I don't know if I mentioned that, by the way. There's also inner pocket, which just kind of adds to the heaviness of this one side, because this side does not have that. So there's that. But I think that's where they meant to have the battery if you don't want to have it right here. Or maybe they even meant for you to put it right there. I just been putting it in the wrong spot the entire time. Don't know yet. But that's about it. The only other thing I don't like about it, it could just be the one I'm in, but the hood, while the hood itself is fine, I feel like it's also a little heavy on one side. I cannot tell you how many times I'm having to readjust my jacket. That very well could just be because of the weight on this side though. I did take a battery out and whatnot, and it appeared to be roughly the same, not nearly as bad, but it was still there. And while that's just a comfort problem, if you're just standing there for long periods of time, you'll notice it, or sitting even, but that's about it. The thing I don't really like about it as well is, while the arms are long, I wish they were like an inch longer. I say that because if you are ever in a vehicle or carrying something and you're going to extend your arms out and you're kind of rolling your back, you're not keeping a perfect posture, then you're going to roll the jacket up on your arm a little bit, and that can get a little uncomfortable, but it's not a huge issue, to be honest. So with the exception of those things, that's really my only things I don't like about it. Things I would potentially change is this flannel material is not in the sleeve. It's kind of like that slicker material, which isn't horrible. I mean, it's kind of nice. It kind of keeps it nice and free moving, but I would kind of like to have this on the inside of the sleeve. My preference. Something I would also change is, I don't really like the fact that just DeWalt there and then just heated gear. I would rather just have just DeWalt heated gear, like just chilling right there. It's quicker, probably easier, and you don't have multiple badging. It's just kind of look cleaner in my opinion, but that is kind of a good thing in a way. Some of them are just huge. You're a walking banner for whatever you bought, and I don't really like that. I'm not a walking banner. I just want to have my jacket and that's it. So having a small little logo is kind of a bonus. I think I kind of forgot to mention that. And that would be obviously the heaviness on one side. Maybe putting another pocket on the other side to be a good idea. I would kind of change that, but that's about it. I originally thought I would not like the idea that I don't have like a string to kind of close the hood, but I've never used it. I never missed using it, I should say. So I'm gonna leave it be. I don't really think it's gonna be a problem for me. So those are really the only things I would change. Now let me get into the battery, the meat and potatoes of this whole thing. When I got it, it came with a 2 amp hour standard battery, 20 volt, nothing different about it, lithium ion. It's a standard battery you get for pretty much anything. Also came with a charger. That's not the fast charger. It's the slow one, the black one. Not a problem. I tried this one and one of these power stacks, which are supposed to be the same. And the reason why I did that was, let me just double check. Excuse me, these are 1.7 amp hours, and this is a true 2 amp hour according to the battery. The reason why I did that is this is a lot smaller. Maybe not as it's the same height, but it's definitely a lot narrower, and it's just a little bit lighter in weight. With the whole weight thing going on, I wanted to give it a try. I got this 3 weeks ago, and with the exception of maybe 2 or 3 days, I've been wearing it almost every evening. And with the exception of maybe those 2 or 3 days, every evening I've been wearing it has been at least 30 degrees. Potentially, I think the highest was 35 one day, but it's been at least 30 degrees. And the battery is fully charged. The 2 amp hour battery, I was able to get about 2.5 hours worth of full heating. Thing about the heating though is your button is right here. You have to hold it down and it will turn red. For whatever reason, it gets warm very quickly, which is not a bad thing. But then it goes into like this whole not working mode where it's still on, but it's not actively heating. It's just kind of like on standby. And originally I thought it's because it's getting too hot, but no, it just stays that way. So then you have to push it again, and then it goes back to red, which will, when it's in the little mode I'm talking about, it's in white. When you see white, you push it again, it goes to red, and it will stay red until the battery dies, and it will continue to heat until the battery dies. This power stack I tried, and it got roughly the same amount, maybe a hair less, maybe like 2 hours and 25 minutes, if that. But it is lighter, so when I wear this, I put this battery in because this is the battery that came with it. But the majority of the time, I have 2 of these. I will be using a power stack, and this battery I use in my impact drill. So if you're going to get one, I would recommend getting these just for the little bit of smaller battery, and it's a little easier to work with. So keep that in mind. The one day it was 35. I think I was able to get almost 3 hours, because what will end up happening is the light will be dark or fully illuminated, there we go, and then it will start to dim when it gets too warm, and then it will be fully illuminated, and then it will start to dim. When the day was 35, it did seem like it was dimming a lot more, but it was also not having to work as hard because it wasn't as cold outside. So if you are at 35 to 40 degrees, one, I'd have to wonder why you're using a heated jacket at 40 degrees, because I'm pretty sure I would roast. But I'm used to a little bit colder of a weather, not like freezing cold obviously, but I'm wearing shorts 365 in Pacific Northwest, where it does snow, and I'm still in shorts. So cold like that doesn't necessarily bother me. Below freezing, that's a whole different story. Excuse me, below zero, that's a whole different story. But having said that, this is pretty warm. It doesn't get you hot, but keeps you comfortable. My comfortable is probably going to be a little bit different than yours. If you're like me, where you don't mind being a little bit cold, this is going to be okay. And the same thought process, if you're working, you're probably not going to be nearly as cold. And if you're just, chilling there having a beer in front of your buddy's garage, that's a completely different level of cold, in my opinion. So if you're actively working, I think this would be completely fine. I had no issues. I actively worked in it, and it was plenty warm. I even considered turning it off a few times. But if you're standing there, you might be a little chilly, but you're not going to be cold. So just keep that in mind. Now, what do I think about it? I actually really like it. I had a Milwaukee version of this. I did not like it whatsoever. It wasn't nearly as comfortable. It heated very well. It was very easy to use. The battery was fine. It wasn't as awkward, in my opinion, as this for battery weight, I should say. But in general, this just feels better. I like this one better. The Milwaukee one I just gave to buddy of mine as a birthday present. Like, here you go, take it, I don't want it. I'm great at giving birthday gifts, by the way. But this one, I've had, like I said, for at least 3 weeks now, and I really like it. So if you're looking for it, a heated jacket, considering getting this, it is a unisex. Let me give you the exact number. It's on my phone. So it looks like when I bought it, it doesn't actually have a number. It's just called the Unisex Work Heavy Duty Jacket. And that's I bought it off Amazon. When I bought it, I could have swore it was 180 bucks. I just checked it right now, and it was $236. So 3 weeks, 50 bucks. Maybe it got on sale. I don't know. But even at 236, I think this is a pretty good deal, because very equivalently heavy-duty jackets, you're probably going to be paying very, very close to that or more. So I'm not too worried about it. There are a couple weird things. I'm going to kind of like a little bonus. Not weird, but I was talking about pockets. There are also these tiny pockets, I'm assuming for like box cutters, screwdrivers, maybe a pair of pliers, stuff like that. And that's fine, but what side are they on? Why are they not right here? And I get it, maybe it's because most people are right-handed and it's easier to grab it on this side, but not everyone is right-handed, and even then, it wouldn't be that hard for you to go like this. Or use your left hand. It's not like this hand just wanders around all day like a stray dog. Like, you can control it, but I don't know, kind of weird. But something that is kind of nice that I've noticed is this little brick or connector for the battery has a USB out. So if you have a USB phone charger that isn't like a Type C, or if you can just buy another one that has a standard USB plug and it will go into your phone, you can also have this as a charger for your phone. Probably going to get a significantly less amount of time in your heating, but yeah. The technical specs say this: there are 5 active zones, 1 in the back, 2 right here, and 1 on each arm. I can't really say I feel too much on the arm. They are a lot smaller though, but I could definitely tell the one's in the front and one's in the back. So keep that in mind as well. So those are the little interesting quirks about it. Now, what would I say? I would get it. If you were looking for one, it's a very good price for what you're getting. You get a battery, you get the jacket, you get the charger. I don't remember how much just the battery and charger is, but I feel it has to be at least 80 bucks. So you're getting that, and even if you don't use the heated function and you're just wanting an extra battery for your tool, that's a good deal. Even if you just wear a jacket like a normal jacket, completely fine. And if you do get cold and you need to use a battery, guess what? There's a bonus. That's just my idea though. I would, even at 236 bucks, I think it's a pretty good price. Not as good as 180 that I paid for it, but yeah, if you're looking for a heavier duty, I mean, it's not super heavy, I should say, warm, heated jacket for the winter, consider getting this one. I just went on Amazon, DeWalt unisex heavy duty heated jacket. You'll find this. It comes in a variety of sizes, like I said. Go off your own size, but for reference, 6'4", 275-ish pounds, size 36 waist. When I zip it up, it's pretty decent. I have a decent amount of room, but you know, it's not like squishing me. My arm length is pretty good. Unless I'm going to roll around my back and my shoulders, then it might be good for another inch, but it's not uncomfortable. Zipper, very nice. Can't really say many bad things about it, except for just the sheer weight on this side. That's, in my mind, the only splinter about this in my brain, but that's just me. I'm going to go ahead and leave you at that. If you like this, keep on watching. Definitely subscribe. I'm going to do more of these on my member-only channel, so if you want to know my thoughts on some tools, become a member. You get to see those videos, and in addition to that, you get a perk. If you have any questions, I will give you the ability to I'll answer whatever questions. We can correspond, we can email, we can video chat, whatever you need to do to get your projects fixed. project machine fixed, I should say. Or if you have any questions about tools or anything on the videos, I'll be happy to answer those as well, give you a demonstration, whatever you want to do. Those are for members, so consider becoming a member. If not, consider subscribing. I will be doing a small engine repair, or maybe a variety of these on the side a little bit once in a while, 1 or 2 times a year. So I will see you in the next video. If this helped you out, put a thumbs up. Definitely let me know how you bought it. I'm not leaving any links because I don't want anyone to think that I'm getting paid. Like I said, I'm not. But just go there and type it in. Type it in Google, wherever you want to buy it. Amazon's easy, and that's where I got mine. I'm sure you could do the same. Catch you on the next one. You have a good night.